If you plug in Nuestra Familia at YouTube, the top two videos that come up, I wrote the following in their comments: 760-809-1744. Uh, Firstly, to somebody who can get in touch with Spider and validate that he actually told me that when I got out, I could hook up with his guy when we were talking about marijuana and other things. And I'd like to make that happen. I'd like to have him use his army to locate somebody terminally ill with cancer, and I'll cure him using massive amounts of stevia, water, and a blender. I'll use a teaspoon or more to no, less than a teaspoon in a single blender of water, but about half a teaspoon in a third blender full of water. And that's not even as sweet as I drink it, but that's enough to get all of the floating toxic soap at the end of the blend out. If you pour the better pure H2O, which is going to be pure in two blends, even one blend, you'll see significant gains in cancer, diabetes, and obesity. My uncle lost 6 cancerous breast. They were in transition phase to cancer. They were almost there. He had just lost his prostate to cancer, and he thought he was over, and he was obese. And 4 months later, drinking pure H2O, he was 74 pounds leaner, 6 breast tumors gone, and type 2 diabetes was gone within a week. So in the barrio, how many suffer from diabetes type 2? Because a steady diet of stevia would eliminate that and make their bodies healthy. And I'm putting it out there: 760-809-1744. Give me a call if you know somebody that knows somebody that can get in touch with NF, because it's the Spider that's at Supermax in Florence, Colorado, I believe, or either running things from the yard because he's still in good standing. When he's back on 8 West 200 pod at Sacramento County Jail. That's right, 8 West 200 pod. I've never been sentenced to the pen, so I should have never been up with those that lead them unless they figured that I was going to be a conduit between the different races when I'm rich. Yeah, put stevia water and blend, put a half teaspoon in a third blender full of water and blend, and see it explode. See that water triple in size and fill the blender up. That's a natural gas called split H2O that can actually power engines. They can run motors off of straight water right now. They just don't do it because the petroleum cartel has a lock on society and what its choices are made available. You know, that's how they structured it. And even though we're going electric, they can go to split H2O powered engines. It just so happens the exhaust of split H2O can be turned into what acts like the fountain of youth for the human body when my uncle drank it, and when Peach the cat drank it back into perfect health, 17, sneezing blood bubbles at the vet, skeleton thin, about to be put to sleep, took her home, blended pure H2O in tuna fish, and she lapped herself into perfect health in under 4 months. I should have got that all on videotape. I didn't. It was before I was ready, I guess. I fucked up. I don't fuck up much. I don't fuck up to the point where I'm good enough where I can be put on a level 4 yard and become friends with the different races. And what's up, Snubs? Oak Parkzilla, my nigga. I'm trying to get in touch with Spider and say, yes, I'll take it. Access to his guy. And go from there, 760-809-1744. If you know anybody that can get in touch, thank you, bro.
Uh-huh.
If you know anybody that can get in touch with a member of the Norteño or Nuestra Familia organizations and pay it forward, it'd be easy to ask him, wouldn't it? Did he tell Dan Quinn, the guy who knocked out Sack Maniac Taz in front of everybody, they were expecting a knife fight in a cell? What they got was me knocking Taz out on the yard in front of everybody that was at their windows and on the yard. They witnessed it, and I'm not sure if they saw Taz drop his knife that he made, throw it to the side. He should have had a minder for that weapon to recover it, to flush it, but those that were with him chose to gawk at the fight that we had. I'm not sure what happened, exactly. I know that the end result was him on his ass on Queer Street, unable to get up. He was knocked out. His body just didn't know it. And, in different circumstances, which I would never want to consider, I could have taken his win easily.
Or the encounter.
Yeah, so I saved a knife fight in a cell. Bryce Peeler, BricePeeler. I'm not sure what his XREF is, his identification, but he's all good. He was my selling, and the Spider made the same offer to Bryce at the same time, and Bryce is still locked up. He's getting out. They put 35 years on him. Supposedly he ran past the sheriff's car that was unmarked with a gun pointing. When there was a police officer already posted with the AR-15 when Bryce got out of his car and hit the nearest fence and tried to get out. They caught him, they fucked him up, and they threw him in my cell on 8 West 200 Pod, and we became brothers. He's my best friend, and I can't wait till he gets out because he became an attorney behind bars. Some of his creations, like this motion or whatever, were used by other inmates, and they gave him commissary because they were so pleased. Yeah, I think that was unsolicited. He wasn't charging. It was just on the strength. And, Joe Rogan, they could do a video of Dan Quinn being on a level 4 prison yard at Sacramento County Jail, becoming friends with Snubs and Little Nick and the brothers from Oak Park Zilla. Little Nick wasn't my nigga. We didn't talk about that. Snubs and I did. And, it wasn't on the yard yet, but that's because I didn't push it. They had already conveyed to me that through Gator, who was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood, that blacks and whites didn't play chess with each other out in public, on the yard. I wonder if it was allowed behind bars or behind the cell door, when the door's cracked and you can go in and out. I wonder if that was allowed, because I would be a conduit between the black, Mexican, and white communities with the profit from a liquid that acts like the fountain of youth. I'm going to be able to do pretty much whatever I want. And we'd have discussions on where you think that money would be most valued spent turning the tables on the need for criminal activity to live the lifestyle that they want to live. You know, would $50,000 do it? If they had a house and a car, um, hundreds of millions of dollars from a $30 billion loan that I asked for, when I have proof that stevia blended in water causes all the toxins to float for easy removal, get them all out, and it turns water into what acts like the fountain of youth, as close as we're going to get to it. It brings cancerous cats that are at the vet about to be put to sleep back in a perfect health in under 4 months than it does my uncle. I think I mentioned him. 6 cancerous breast tumors that were almost there to cancer, gone within 4 months, along with 74 pounds. Can you imagine? The effect would be biblical. They could write that as a new verse in a new Bible, for health. Because I discovered that stevia is the cure for water. And that was cool. It came up low battery, but it didn't cut me off. So 760-809-1744 for anybody in Nuestra Familia or Norteño, nation. And if you help me get to Spider's guy, if I can do something good, I would bless those who help me, because that's what I'm about, paying it forward, not keeping everything to myself. Hence the fact, when I'm a billionaire, trillionaire, paying 90% of profit forward to a ready-made organization for doing good if they had the funds to do it. The Norteños and Nuestra Familia, Aleki, they're like well-run businesses, you know that. And imagine if they had hundreds of millions of dollars pouring in legal to keep them from doing things the general public doesn't like, the violence, stopping the violence. So I'm gonna smoke this.
Do you think I get another pack of clippers when you get a second one?
Right here.
Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Is that 4?
Yeah, it was 4. And I'll get you some juice. The cranberry grape and orange juice.
That's appreciated, but not needed, because in our friendship, there's no debt, like there would be in jail and shit. These Clipper cigars are only $11 a carton at TED Tobacco online, and get 4 of them, and the shipping is almost $30, so it's $76. But instead of spending $120 on 4 cartons, you're spending, just a little more than half. And that's nearly cutting the price of a $3 pack, which is already cheap at the store. Yes, $3 a pack for 20 cigars that smoke like cigarettes. And you can't beat that. People paying, $10, $11, $14 a pack. That's a knockout punch to people's pocketbook. So 760-809-1744. If you can get me in touch with the Spiders people, or somebody that has cancer and you'd like to be a part of the link of the chain that got it famous, because I was going to give everybody in that link that could lead me to a cancer victim that would go 100% healthy within a matter of months drinking pure H2O. Anybody in the link of that going globally famous and leading to eventual trillions of dollars off the strength, off of a $30 billion loan based on projected future sales, I would give a house, a new car, and $100,000.